Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the BeQuran Podcast, where we explore timeless wisdom through the lens of the Holy Quran and lived Islamic experience. I'm Ali.
And I'm Fatima. Today, we're journeying through one of the most powerful events in Islamic history, the Day of Ashura.
It's a day etched into the hearts of millions, full of sorrow, yes, but also overflowing with spiritual insight, courage, and sacrifice.
We're drawing on a powerful lecture by Dr. Ammar Nakshawani, titled 10 Lessons from the Day of Ashura, delivered during Muharram 1447 Hijri, 2025, through the Mahib Ali Youth Foundation.
A really powerful gathering.
It was, and, while Ashura is known for its immense tragedy, our goal today, our mission really, is to pull out the vital universal lessons.
Things Imam Hussein and his companions left.
For us, these aren't just history notes, are they?
Not at all. They're guiding principles, ways to navigate our
lives right now in 2025, offering peace, purpose, strength. So we're exploring what it means to live a Husseini life today, using the wisdom from Karbala itself.
Exactly. Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, Dr. Nakshawani talks about the profound power of dua, supplication, that unwavering connection with Allah even when things are just overwhelming.
And the example is incredible. Imam Hussein facing, 30,000 enemies?
30,000 practically alone, and yet he recited 18 du'as, 18 specific calls to Allah on that day.
Wow.
And dua itself, it's defined simply as calling out, maintaining that relationship. The Quran even emphasizes Allah's closeness using I, that singular pronoun. When my servant asks you about me, tell them that I am near. I answered the supplication.
It's very direct, very personal.
Incredibly personal.
And Imam Hussein's own dua, "O Allah, you are the one I trust in every adversity."
That provides such peace. Such contentment. You can see how that would ground you, whether it's issues in marriage, business,
family stress, whatever life throws at you.
Exactly.
So the question for you listening is, how can bringing more dua into your life bring you that peace amidst your own challenges? A powerful starting point.
Okay, lesson number 2. This one's about commitment. Specifically, the Fajr prayer. Yes, the dawn prayer. This really underscores devotion to fundamentals.
Even knowing it was their last day.
They rose for Fajr. Imam Hussein and his companions, they knew what was coming.
Imam Hussein even asked someone to stand guard while he prayed.
Yeah, Abdullah, just so he could complete his prayer properly.
And Dr. Nakshawani has some strong words here, didn't he? About loving the imam, but maybe neglecting the basics.
He did. A critique for those who organize events, feel that deep love, but Fajr, maybe it slips. Or there isn't even the intention to wake up.
Because the imams themselves
never miss Fajr. Imam Hussein, Imam Ali, Imam Hassan, consistent. And that quote about intercession, those people who take Salat lightly will not receive our intercession on the Day of Judgment.
It's a stark reminder. It really makes you think. Is your commitment to worship as strong as the emotional connection that's presented as a core test, really?
Of being a Husseini, it leads nicely into the third lesson, too, about embracing everyone, all races, all colors, no prejudice.
Karbala itself was diverse, wasn't it?
Absolutely. A true example of cosmopolitanism. People from Medina, Mecca, Turkey, Kufa, Africa, all there with Imam Hussein.
It mirrors that Quranic verse.
Exactly. O mankind, we created you for male and female, from different races and different tribes, so that you may get to know one another.
The best amongst you in the eyes of Allah is the one with most taqwa, God consciousness.
And think of John, the companion from Africa. Imam Hussein honored him so deeply, placed his cheek on John's cheek as he lay dying. That's incredibly moving, and it runs through the Imam's lineage, too. Imam Rida's wife, Imam Jawad's mother, both from Africa. Imam Jawad himself had a darker complexion.
So this directly challenges any subtle racism, even within communities, like in marriage decisions.
Or just everyday interactions. Precisely.
The standard is taqwa, not race or origin. So how can you, listening now, apply this? Foster that inclusivity. Reject prejudice in your own life.
It's a constant effort.
It is, and that need for inner work connects to Lesson 4.
Humility, seeking forgiveness, and giving forgiveness.
Never being too proud, too arrogant for either.
Look at Ashura itself. Imam Hussein accepted 30 people from the enemy army. They sought forgiveness right there and found salvation moments later.
30 people switched sides on the day itself.
And Imam Hussein's own companions, the night before Ashura, they were constantly engaged in istighfar, seeking forgiveness.
It's hard though, isn't it? Asking for forgiveness, letting go of grudges, the ego fights back.
It does. That's why the analogy works. Like training your body, you need to train your soul.
Exercise it with istighfar. So you're holding on to old grievances, that humility, seeking, and granting forgiveness. It's presented as this key spiritual practice for
Peace and divine mercy, which flows perfectly into Lesson 5.
It is never too late.
Never too late to repent, to change your path. Allah's mercy is just vast, always open. The prime example here is Hur.
Hur. Such a powerful story. He was, as the lecture puts it,
moments away from Jahannam, from hellfire. He was on the other side.
He initially blocked Imam Hussein's path, didn't he?
He did. Blocked the water, even from the children. But then he repented. He turned.
He joined Imam Hussein.
And was forgiven. Completely. It embodies that Quranic verse 39:53. Say to my servants who have been extravagant against their souls, do not be despondent of the mercy of Allah.
Allah forgives all sins. All sins. Fornication, alcohol, lying, stealing.
It lists quite a range, all except shirk, associating partners with God, if you die without repenting for it. But even a polytheist can repent in this life.
Imam Hussein, the walking Quran, showed that mercy to her. It's such a message of hope. Whatever mistakes you've made, whatever haram you might be involved in, the door's open. Change now. Don't despair.
Exactly. Without judging others, focus on your own.
Turn towards the path of Hussein. Okay, Lesson 6, responsibilities, specifically protecting your family.
And this goes way beyond just physical safety, though that's part of it.
It's spiritual, moral well-being. Imam Hussein protected his family how?
By standing for his principles, essentially. Metaphorically, yes, putting his neck on the line for those values. But practically, it means guiding siblings, protecting them from harmful environments, maybe haram gatherings.
Even if it involves family, like the example of Abbas bin Ali.
Yeah, telling his cousin Shimmer, you are going to lead us towards hell. Despite the family tie, it's about principle.
It also means ensuring good religious knowledge, right, from the right sources.
And checking what your family eats is halal, that your earnings are lawful, no scams, no fraud, that idea of you are what you eat, spiritually.
Prioritizing religious attendance for kids, even on school nights.
Yes, letting them be in that mosque environment, soaking it in. It's about safeguarding their whole being.
So how are you actively safeguarding your family's faith, their values, their environment in this complex world? A big question.
Huge. And it connects, perhaps surprisingly, to Lesson 7, finding salvation through love and honor for Lady Fatima az-Zahra, the Prophet's daughter.
The Prophet's daughter. How does this link specifically?
Remember her story? His salvation was tied to his respect for her.
Ah, right, when Imam Hussein rebuked him.
Using a phrase like, may your mother have never given birth to you, her replied, essentially, if you were anyone else's son, I'd curse your mother back, but you're Fatima's son. I respect her too much. Wow, that respect saved him. It was a key factor mentioned, and Lady Fatima herself is seen as the beginning of Shi'ism, the first to stand.
For Imam Ali's wilaya, his guardianship, suffering immensely for it, so fostering that love for Lady Fatima in yourself and your children is presented as crucial for faith, for salvation.
a cornerstone, which brings us to lesson 8, unconditional obedience to the imam of your time.
Meaning complete devotion, no ifs or buts.
Exactly. Imam Hussein's companions were the model. Imam says stand, they stand. Sit, they sit. Full stop.
And there was a counterexample, someone who set conditions.
Yes, a companion who basically said, I'll support you as long as others are here, but if you're left alone, I'm out. And he left.
He did, and lost his chance at that ultimate salvation. The lesson points implicitly towards our waiting for Imam Mahdi.
Are we ready?
Truly ready.
It makes you ask yourself, do I put conditions on my faith, on my service? What's the one thing maybe holding me back from full devotion?
Am I preparing myself? Deep questions.
Very deep. Now, lesson 9 feels very practical, very human. Providing water to the thirsty, a fundamental act of compassion.
Absolutely. Water is a basic human right. Imam Hussein and his family being denied water from the Euphrates, the cries of the children, that image is meant to stay with us.
No human deserves to be thirsty.
Simple as that. And the practical application, building wells, providing clean water where it's lacking, Africa, India, wherever.
It's highlighted as a top form of ongoing charity, sadaqah jariyah, and also makes you think about waste, how casually we might use water when others are literally dying for lack of it.
A stark contrast. So the call is ensure no one around you suffers thirst and contribute, if you can, to global efforts. Be conscious.
Okay, finally, lesson 10. This one, it's incredibly difficult, but so important. Protecting children, speaking out against their oppression.
The suffering of the children in Karbala is heart-wrenching. It's meant to be a catalyst for protecting all children.
What happened to them specifically?
They faced persecution, saw fire, were gypped, kicked by horses. Some were even killed, beheaded.
Yeah, Mama Seen lost children there too, didn't he? 2 babies, one apparently born on Ashura itself, and his 6-month-old Abdallah.
Abdallah, the story of him being shot with an arrow.
Yes, a poisoned arrow.
The description is just flapping his hands like a bird flaps its wings.
It's almost unbearable to picture.
And his mother, Rabab, her grief afterwards, removing the roof of her house.
Yes, saying, how dare I live under a roof shielding me from the sun when Imam Hussein lay exposed to it. Profound grief, profound love.
And this connects directly to today. Child abuse, violence.
All forms, physical abuse, molestation, domestic violence witnessed by children, kids suffering in war zones. Karbala is a call to action against all of it.
It really does soften the heart, doesn't it? It compels you to act.
Yeah.
How does that memory inspire you to advocate for and protect innocent children today?
So we've covered 10 lessons, 10 incredibly profound points drawn from tragedy, but offering so much guidance.
Yeah, from the personal power of dua, right, through to the global imperative to protect children. It's a complete framework, almost.
A blueprint for a life of purpose, compassion, faith. It's not just history, it's alive.
And we've seen how that love for Imam Hussein isn't just about belief, it's about action. It changes how you pray, how you
interact, forgive, repent, raise your family.
How you care for the vulnerable. Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about.
Out of these 10 lessons, which one hits home the most for you right now?
Yeah.
What single principle resonates most deeply? What one thing might you choose to
focus on, to implement, or change in your life?
Starting today.
How can you echo that resilience, that sacrifice of Karbala in your own daily life?
Because the journey of being Husseini, it's ongoing. It starts always with that single heartfelt step.
Thanks for joining us on this podcast episode.
Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and keep seeking the truth.